Hello everybody, welcome back to the Curious Expedition. We're going to continue with our current expeditions and try to reach the end. We've entered the second half of the game, or a run of the game rather, so we're going to start expedition number 4 of 6. Now the first 3 have gone so far without incident, but that doesn't mean that things are going to continue to be as easy. Our 3 choices for expedition 4 are a curious jungle, a lunatic jungle, sounds scary, and Opulent Drylands. Now looking at what's available, Curious Jungle looks like shrines and maybe a village on the water. Lunatic, some sort of building, a village, some shrines. And the Drylands has shrines, tombs, village, some sort of beacon. Indeed. Which catches my interest the most? I think not the lunatic jungle. Tough call, actually. You know what? I'm going to go with the Drylands here. It seems to have the most to offer. It may be more dangerous, but we'll check it out. Alright. The woman searching for her missing husband arrived at the docks. She was overjoyed as she laid eyes upon her beloved. They embraced passionately, crying tears of relief. I could not help but think that Abraham Charles acted peculiar, grabbing and holding his wife a bit too hard, almost strangling her in the process. I sincerely hope for the best for them. He is now a known cannibal, so good luck with that. Yes, we did finish the quest last time, so let's obtain our reward. $150, wow! That's a great reward. Alright, so for this expedition, a collector of sorts proposed an interesting offer. He asked us to obtain a mysterious idol that was said to be located in a native settlement in the area. He promised worthwhile recompense. That's a bit tougher. Stealing an idol from the natives. I may need the natives' help, and surely they would not enjoy that. I'm going to refuse this quest. What was he thinking? That we're some kind of delivery service? That's right. I don't want them to murder me because I stole from them. Alright, so this time we have the option to recruit Tim Timster again, Brother Edmund, the missionary, and Armand Vivadou, the cook. I'm fine with my current party, I believe. James is good. Klepto guy is okay. Well, you know, Eowyn McAlpine, he is powerful, but it said several times last expedition that I was losing his loyalty. So it could be that he ditches me out in the Drylands, or, you know, turns on me. Perhaps I want to replace him with someone more loyal. We have currently blue-red dice, blue and green. He's just red. I'm not going to take Tim Timster because I don't have room for his dog. He is a journalist, so if you take him, you'll get increased fame. That's nice. A missionary, which gives us extra sanity, and we can rest in missions. Oh, another thing to consider, our soldier here can carry 2 things, and Brother Edmund can only carry 1. The cook is alcoholic, but he can cook meat, so if we gain raw meat, he could cook it into food. I'm going to take the cook, Armand Vivadou. We surely could make use of a connoisseur of food such as Armand Vivadou. The captain informed me that our vessel had reached maximum cabin capacity. I would need to dismiss someone. I'm going to dismiss this soldier. I told him his talents were no longer required. His eyes filled with grief as he packed his belongings and left the ship. I'm sorry, but the game gave me notes that said you weren't liking this very much. I have lots of money now, so why don't we boost the donkey, gaining another box to carry things in, and then let's check out the equipment here. Ooh, a campsite. That's nice. It's expensive, but you can set it up one time, I think, to rest anywhere. So if we get caught out in a dangerous area with no food, we could rest and regain some sanity. So I think I want to take that. For food, all they have is whiskey. Now I have, what, 2 alcoholics with me? I don't know if that'll cause a problem. I can take all of it, though. Fireworks can be used to draw attention away from you during your next leg in order to move undetected. Okay. And for climbing equipment, well, for equipment we're pretty okay. So I'll leave it at that. And let's go. Expedition number 4. That's quite a lot of generating. There we go. I was worried it was going to generate forever. And we've begun the expedition by sailing through an underground cavern of water and popping up in the middle of a mountain range somehow. After an unexpectedly calm voyage of some sort, we arrived at our expedition area. Alright then. Again, we will put the water away, the pendulum, the chasm, spells, the canvas, and we will go with these items. Let us begin. Okay. So, this is a larger area, a 2x3 rectangle. So quite a bit more area to explore. Clearly nothing north and east, because that's just mountains. An inactive geyser. Never seen that before. But perhaps I don't want to get too close. There's really only one way to go here. So let's go this way. Alright. We found one point of interest. Surrounded by hills, it's a village. And the villagers still like me. Oh, wow, look at that distance. We can see lots of things in the distance. Let's check out the village. The people here seem like the best scouts known to this region. We were not the only visitors to the village. A wandering trader and self-proclaimed beastmaster had displayed a few mysteriously covered crates. Alright. Don't need to recruit. Beastmaster, if we give him enough fangs, he will give us animals. A battle tiger, that sounds great, but I don't have any fangs. I don't need to recruit. Let's check the trades here. They have some berries and some trinkets. A red mushroom that can heal you. Nothing I really need. Let's just rest. A bright-eyed elderly man asked me a question about wives. I think somebody else asked me about this earlier as well. In Europe, men typically have one wife. And then we sleep. Alright, everything's looking good. We will take our leave. Uh-oh. The subsequent day I had an uncomfortable feeling of being watched. Okay, there's quite a few chasms here. There's one way through the hills south. I could also use my tome page to perhaps create some land. I'm not sure. I'm hoping that's what it does, but I guess I don't know. Let's just head, I don't know, to this point and see what that is. Probably a shrine. No, it's something else. Oh, a buried pyramid, I see. Let's check it out. We encroached upon a seemingly ancient structure. It seemed to be the top of a golden pyramid, but for some reason its bulk was hidden below the earth. Its golden surface was decorated with all manner of strange symbols, some of which formed a manner of a map. Analyze the map. To our understanding, it showed some locations in the region. Perhaps visiting them was necessary to unearth the golden pyramid. Aha, a golden seal. Is it just the one? I suppose so. So, as you get into the later expeditions, sometimes, not every time, but sometimes the pyramid will be buried like this. And so this is the golden pyramid we're looking for, but the entrance is deep below ground. In order to raise the pyramid, we have to break the seals. And the pyramid had a map pointing to this golden seal. So if we go there and activate it, it should either lead us to another seal or bring the pyramid up. So that, I guess, is our first destination. Let's have a bit of whiskey. Ah, loyalty increased. You drunk? And let's move to this point. At least we know where the pyramid is, but if we can't get it raised, it won't do anything. One thing I failed to mention in the past, which you probably weren't wondering about it, but just so you know, the buttons down here, the hourglass just has you waste time. You got the menu. But an important one is the hot air balloon. If you are in a position where you think you will not be able to finish the expedition, or you're about to die, which would end your game completely, you can use the hot air balloon to abort the expedition. You will basically set up the balloon and leave. You won't really gain, I don't know if you'll gain a little fame, probably not very much, because you basically gave up. But you'll at least be alive and can move on to the next expedition. I've had this happen one time. I was on Expedition 6, which, it got pretty difficult, and while I wanted to finish it and gain lots of fame, I was in a position where I was about to die, surrounded by enemies, no sanity, no food, and so it was either die in the wilderness, which nets you nothing, or escape, maybe not be as famous as I wanted to be, but at least I lived through it, so that's always available. You do need at least 2 people to set up the balloon, so if you are by yourself, your whole party has abandoned you, you won't be able to do that, I don't think. Also, the balloon has limited space, so if you've been carrying lots and lots of things, you might only be able to take some of them with you. But it is an option, just kind of a last resort. Anyway, stone statue. Another ugly rock face. We'll check out the items. Mangoes and jewels, not necessary at this time. Okay, let's drink down another bottle. Everybody loves the whiskey. And I don't want to get near these hyenas if I can help it. Why don't we take the southern path down to this point? A trader. Excellent. And what? Panthers? Let's... Oh yeah, we only have 1 alcoholic. Sorry, I said 2, but the other one was that soldier. Let's boost up our new cook there. And check out this trader. Alright, we can barter. He's got some cans of beans, more whiskey. Ooh, chocolate too. A flare, which can reveal a faraway area. You can see what's there before you travel there. Alright, we'll say I took some chocolate. I can take 1 for free, or maybe trade him for some more. I know I haven't needed the gun yet, but it might come in handy later on, so I don't want to get rid of that. The tent is worth a lot, very valuable. I don't really know if whiskey or chocolate is better. I mean, chocolate is better in that it doesn't really affect alcoholics, but I don't know if it does, how much sanity it refills. It says value 10, but maybe that's the price. I'm not sure about how much sanity it takes care of. A can of beans. I could take these 2 things for free. I could throw in a torch and get 2 chocolate, because I haven't needed them very much. A rope. First aid kits I haven't needed, but I may need them, and they are expensive. Dynamite. I'll just do this trade. Take a couple of chocolates, lose a torch. Not a big deal. Okay, let's... If we eat the chocolate right away, we can make it to the seal. Let's just go to this hill. Stay on this side. Loyalty decreased. What, you want more whiskey or something? In a second. We approached a seemingly ancient structure that seemed to be partially made out of pure gold. We discovered a mechanism of sorts on one of the sides. With a little time, we would surely be able to activate it. However, what would happen upon activation remains a mystery. Well, let's do it anyway. Wow. After much toil, we were able to decipher the seemingly ancient mechanism. All of a sudden, an enormous column of light launched from the seal. Now, this is very peculiar. Yes, it is. Aha, that was the only seal, so now the pyramid is available to us. So, do we need to rush right back there and leave, or should we look for treasures? Because obviously we want to make some fame as well. There's something here in the hyena area. There's also stuff to the south. What if we hit these 2 southern points on our way back to the pyramid? And if we find something, then we will take it. Drink some whiskey. Oh, now Now everyone is alcoholic. Well, sorry. Couldn't do anything about that. Get on the other side of this point, see what it is. I know all we survive off of here is whiskey. What is this? A portal. A mysterious arch towered above us. A light swirling at its center seemed to form some type of portal. Do I want to enter? I've done this before. When you enter one of these portals, it'll take you to like a separate map, of a very weird map where you can explore and maybe find treasure. And I think after you've walked around there for a while, it'll bring you back. At least a couple of times I've gone in. But I'm not really sure what all you can run into, and it could be dangerous. I don't know if it would be worth it at this time. So I'm going to ignore it for the time being. Now, more whiskey, everyone's favorite, and let's check out what's on these hills. So they're all alcoholic, but they love it when we drink the whiskey. Perfect, some sort of shrine. That is excellent. Ooh, but it's a tall one. A shrine towered above us. Time had eroded what had once been a majestic sight. One would have to climb up the face to reach the entrance. The structure showed some long cracks, but it seemed safe enough to explore. So this one, the entrance is high above the ground. We need to reach it somehow before we can enter the shrine, and we're given a few options. Since we have rope, we can use that. If we had climbing gear, we could use that as well. Or if you have neither of them or don't want to use them, you can climb without any sort of safety measure, just climbing up the face. And for that, we will roll a red die. And if it lands on the little person, which is a 1 out of 3 chance, then we would climb successfully. But if it did not land on a person, there's a chance we could fall, injure something, something bad could happen. So that's not a good option. We have lots of rope. Let's use a rope. All right, and we enter. No problem. On this altar, 2 treasures, golden skull, golden coin, good, and a moonstone. Let me think here. Moonstones, I'm going to take it. And I think I remember what it's for, but I want to make sure before I say so. Let's take all of it. We hurried outside as the shrine tumbled in our wake and huge mountains erupted from the ground. So this is a shrine that created lots of mountains, impassable mountains. Ooh. Well, luckily we can still reach the pyramid. That could have been bad if it was completely blocked off. Well, it would have been bad, except we have dynamite. I can actually blow some of those mountains up. But we're fine for the time being. Drink 1 more whiskey. Perhaps we should hire a brewer for the next expedition? You're not wrong. And now let's head towards the pyramid. That could have been much worse. The Pyramid of Gold was our goal, but for the claiming. The sweet smell of achievement. Alright, so it seems as though we can just enter this one. The moonstone that I grabbed, if I remember correctly, in later expeditions, such as this one or 5 or 6, sometimes you will reach the pyramid, and it will say, the door is closed, and you need something to open it. And I believe that's what the moonstone does. So I grabbed it thinking it might say, you need the moonstone to enter. And I don't think it's a specific moonstone for each pyramid. I think as long as you have one to use, it's fine, and you can get them from shrines and other places. So I think we'll be able to hold on to this one, and perhaps in the next expedition we might need it to leave. So, just so you're aware. Let's end this one. That was rather exciting, but it went pretty well. Success! Look at all that fame. And we were first. Being very efficient. Oh, you can see up here at the top that that geyser that we passed right at the beginning began erupting, and now there's water all over that area, making it harder to cross. Triumph! Alright. Is that a whiskey bottle? They know! They know our secret! Our 3 options. Desert Explorer, reduced movement costs in deserts. Navigator, increases the gain compass accuracy when uncovering fields, that's nice. And Occult Vision, reveals the locations of all stone circles and increases the radius when analyzing them. Interesting. Let's take Navigator, I think. All good choices. But with Navigator, in these last 2 expeditions, if we make it through both of them, we may come into a point where we need to find the pyramid very quickly and escape before bad things happen. And so finding the pyramid as early as possible will be helpful to us. And I've maintained my lead. And that's not including the treasures we've picked up. The golden skull and the golden coin. Let's see, both are worth $40. The skull is worth more fame. So let's turn the skull into the museum to gain a bit of a lead, and then we will sell the coin. Alright. We're in a good situation. So next time will be Expedition 5, almost through the whole thing. But these last two, of course, will be more difficult than anything we've run into so far. So hopefully we can survive the trip. And I hope to see you there. See you next time.